Welcome, welcome, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I am Key. We enter the doorway. We are now in the Akashic Records. We're seeing what's in store for you guys in the month of May 2019. Lights, camera, action, guys. It's something about it that you're going to be, it's just a feeling. Wow. So, yes, this is the 11th month in May. So even though I'm speaking for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising on the 11th day of May, this is also for the whole month, emotionally, energetically, that you will be experiencing or may experience. So if this reading resonates with you, press the like button, share, and subscribe. If it doesn't resonate with you, hey, go to the next reader. It's all good. It's like going to a friend. If one friend don't sound like they making sense to you, what do? We go to the next friend to see if we get the solution or get that synchronicity that we're really looking for. Okay, hold on. Wow. So I did your reading earlier, right? And that's where the lights, camera, action came into play. But it was felt like maybe what was being said was not fully addressed. So something within me said, look, you got to do another intake. You got to do another reading. So this is what I'm doing. So that's where my emotions guided me, and I'm happy it did, because some of the cards are still the same. There's only a few that are different. So let's get into it. Yeah, some are different, but some are the same. So, your presence is the arts. This was not in the last reading. Karmic relationship was in it, but this time it's the arts. And I believe as an energy you had the world. And with Archangel Michael there, he had a guitar. So he's definitely into the arts. And Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, whatever is your art, you're starting to bring that out into the atmosphere, to the surface. You're not keeping it hidden anymore. It's nothing wrong with being in the shadows, Aquarius. When we're in the shadows, it's not that we don't see a success in the art. It's that time to be more the senses of it. Like knowing what we're creating is not just our creation, but it's going to help a lot of others. So whatever you've been manifesting in behind the scenes, it's going to come up to the surface, and it requires you to forgive. As an artist, when we look at in history as artists, Mozart, Beethoven, a lot of them, any artist for that matter, a lot of times you'll hear them say, oh, are you a struggling artist? Like, what? I still gotta eat. I still gotta put a roof on my head. I don't know if I'm struggling like that. But in a sense, what they're saying is it a success story? Like, is it out for everyone to see? And at times it may not happen, Aquarius. Maybe your art was pulled back, or maybe as an artist, you had to be on the sidelines and watch other artists become successful. But now you're forgiving that, because if we look back at when that could have happened, Aquarius. Are you really, or were you really prepared to be in the spotlight? That's why lights, camera, action kept coming to mind. A lot of times when an artist is in the spotlight, even celebrities, what is the first thing you might hear? Oh, I don't like to be in the spotlight all the time, because they had to or acknowledge that at some point they're going to be a target. At some point they are going to be scrutinized. At some point, as a star, people are going to want to dim that light. And if you're not ready, that could have been a detriment to you. So in a twisted way, being in the spotlight too early could have cost you. Now you're a lot more wiser, Aquarius. You're not just looking at the status of the fame. You're looking at what does it take to be sustainable when you become in the spotlight. So you're having trust and faith that how you move forward in that will not only be a triumph to you, but it will be a testimony to others that face that same faith that you are facing. So it's definitely there. So when it comes to one of the other arts besides either musicianship, anything can be an art, honestly. You're seeing that one of them is also scribe or writing, illustration, production. Anything that you write is so interesting. Doing your last reading, I kept thinking of a writer, or someone that's broadcasting their stories, or putting what they have learned in life into writing. That could be an outlet. You know how when we were young, one of the things that we have learned is to write our emotions out, or to write how you feel. Going back to your journals, or even if you have done your art, like again, in your past, go back to those scrolls. Go back to your journals. Go back to your writing, and you would actually see that you already have your triumph, or you already have the golden ticket. It's like a lot of times we think as an artist that, oh, we got to make something new to become the trend. Nah, not necessarily. When you go back into your past, then again, you're going to hear more than one voice, because I don't live alone, obviously. So hold on. Hey guys, I'm doing a reading. I'm sorry. I know you're talking. I just want you to know that I'm recording. So, if you, it's not, it doesn't matter. But I just didn't want to record and not let you know that. I'll be done in a second. So, going back into what you already have done as an art or a work of art could be the very thing that can get you forward, or you'll see that forward movement. Look, I got to tell people that live with me, hey. So, your core is of the third house. Third house is all about communication. So, spiritually, you're looking at how you communicate your ideas, short-term thinking, and trips. Who and what is around you. That's what you're putting pen to paper on. So again, going back to books that you have written, going back to your journals when you were expressing yourself, that can be where you can start from. A lot of times we don't always have to make something new. Sometimes revising it or seeing what was already created can be your conglomerate, your commodity, your step towards your fortune. Yeah, you had this card in the other reading. Virgo, what you're giving out is what you're going to get back. So you're forgiving that whatever you have given of yourself as an artist, that maybe it wasn't the right time to get back what you were giving out to the world. Now is your time to get back what you have given. So to make it simpler, it's like if you wrote a song when you were 6 years old, let's say, and you thought it was silly, right? And you was to bring it back out again and sing it or perform it, you'll be amazed that you'll find that people still can relate to that. Because one thing is for sure, yes, your age changed, but who you are evolved. That's something that people can always gravitate towards. And again, the number 6 came into mind because we're in the house of Virgo. That's the 6th house, right? So say, for instance, you're thinking, oh, it's silly. Why would I sing a song that I wrote when I was 6 years old right now? Because just because you're older doesn't mean that it's somebody else that's not 6 years old that can benefit from that. Who's to say that even when you're older, that when you sing this song that when you were 6 years old, that you're allowing other people to remember those times when they were 6 and how they felt fixated on something, or felt frustrated on something, or felt flirty on something, or felt like, forget that, I'm going to keep doing it. It's something about it where it's still going to resonate. It's like you hold the test of time. You are that time capsule. So the methods for the healing power, the analyzing, being a perfectionist, perfecting your craft, again, even revising it. Yes, have the original out, but what do they call it? They have the remixed version of something that was once original. So if you're thinking, oh, even though I was young when I wrote this and I want to make it in the now, should I just do the original? There's nothing wrong with the original. And there's nothing wrong with remaking it or remixing it. So if you want to upgrade it, upgrade it. But know that you have it. The moon, wow. So the nurturing, your feelings caused by reaction. Again, that was what the trust and faith came into place. When making that statement, are you a struggling artist? Again, a lot of people that are artists heard that phrase before. And it causes us to react in a way that people actually can relate to. An artist is every profession. It takes an art to mop a floor. It takes an art to teach. It takes an art to write. It takes an art to speak. It takes an art to do science. It takes an art to understand history. It takes an art to understand sociology. It takes an art to know mathematics. It takes an art. Everything is an art. This is why when we go to school, what do they tell us? Oh, you can get your associates, your bachelor's, your master's, your doctorate. So all that is just leveling up your skill. Does not subtract it. It only adds on to it. So you're seeing that those feelings or those secrets, when it comes to how you feel about an art, will come to surface, because that's something that needs to not only be healed, but can help a lot of others around you. So life is art, like they say. You only got one shot to make it. Have a good day, guys. I'll lock it for you. And you're embodying the Taurus. Like myself, I'm a Taurus, sun and moon. My rising is Scorpio. So by your actions, you notice how all that took your spirituality to really look at it. Because your art is a healing power. Not just for others, but for yourself first. It got you out of a lot of trouble. It got you out of a lot of turbulence in life. Your art got you to be that advisor for people. Your art helps people to get over in their life. And not in a way where, oh, it's temporary. Nah, you help them in a way where they still use your technique in the now. So your actions is speaking of your beliefs. The cost of your beliefs. What does it cost? Maybe that's something to forgive when you write or when you bring out your art. The cost, use the most direct way. So this is an action, your belief, the cost of, use the most direct way. It costs to be the boss. Why does it cost to be the boss? Because now you got to start really believing in your art and saying, well, this is how much it's going to cost. And not everybody's going to agree to it. It's like saying, well, my art is $100. And people like, wait a minute. That's a small example. Imagine this being $100. This book, this size being $100. They were like, wait a minute, this is $100? This is a small thing. Oh, really? Do you know what it took to make the detail? Do you know what it took to get this type of fabric? To make this? Do you know, out of all instruments, why I put these two together? Because a guitar, just like a harp, just like a violin, a piano actually has strings in the inside. Did you know that? Oh, I didn't know that. I just thought a guitar is a guitar and a piano is a piano. Well, if you look at an original piano, again, that original to the remake, the original piano has chords on the inside that you have to tune up. Just like when you tune up a guitar, a violin, or anything that is string, a piano is also a string instrument as well. Oh, now I understand why you're charging this $100. Okay. And for those that don't agree, you move on to the next. Until you get the person that values your art to see the value in it. I'm not just saying this for you, Aquarius. It's as if I'm saying this to myself. I'm realizing this now. Whenever I do a reading, I'm not just reading for you, 12 signs. I'm also re-innovating it back to me. Because I walk this journey with you. And I continue to. So let's continue. Wow, this came out too. Queen of Earth. So, again, how you communicate in your atmosphere, you hold the world in your hands. You hold your worth in your hands. And you're becoming more independent and experienced. Yes, you're realistic on how you're going to be relatable to your art and to others. And you're bringing out your witty nature. It's not all about being serious all the time. You got some humor to you. It's so funny. It's like, even to hear, oh, are you a struggling artist? It's like, what it's like saying, are you a struggling addict? Like, what? What? Like, that meant take the artist, take the addict out of that equation. This the whole point of being struggling. Like, I'm struggling? I'm struggling. Okay. Let's see what struggling can get me. And you're seeing that from your struggles actually helped you to become strategic in how you become successful. It's like, what's in the air? Okay, for example, a kite. Depending on where you go will determine if that kite will fly in the air, right? So a lot of people are like, oh, you're not successful at flying that kite. You're like, what do you mean? Well, it's always falling down. It doesn't stay up in the air. Okay, that's true. And then you think about it, like, it is getting a little saddening right now that this kite is not going in the air. What is it that it needs? Air. Okay. Then you start looking around to see what they do. They do that. They look some pointing in the air to see where the air is really coming from. And based on where the direction of the air, that's where you put the kite. And all of a sudden, that same struggling kite that kept falling is now in the air. They're like, oh my God. You got it in the air. How did you do it? I just follow where the air blew. What? Well, it is a kite. The kite has to be in the air. And I was struggling because I didn't really understand or recognize first that a kite needs air. So rather put it in a spot that doesn't have much air, I'm going to put it in the spot that it does and see what it do. And that's what you have done. And from that, now you're, and again, this card was also in your last reading, the Ten of Air. That illusion of being trapped, you're not trapped no more. You're wise beyond measure. You're wise of the art that you make. You're wise in how you walk in this world. You're wise in how you make something that people think is worthless worthy. And you have another person right there to team up with. While the other ones walk away like, oh, I don't believe in what you're doing. I don't believe in how you're going to get there. That's all right. All I need is one mic. I MC, Master of Ceremonies. And you know what? Somebody heard you. And they're like, I dig what you're doing. Can I team up with you? You're like, I'll see. Let's just take it one step at a time, Take it one step at a time. And you're bossing up. You're in the 10th house of Capricorn. That's a Capricorn. Capricorn. They blow the horn on their capital. They collect. So whoever you're teaming up with, yes, they have an air quality like you, Aquarius. But they're becoming more earthbound in how they bring what is their art into fruition. If this is you, that's the energy, was the Queen of Air. This is who you're becoming, the boss of your atmosphere. So by being the boss, you're going to find another boss person that thinks just like you and want to team up with you. Now, this could be a Capricorn, but they also have that air of being very articulate, but they are definitely an accountant. Capricorns are very calculating. That's not a bad thing. They just know how to make what trade to actually become a trade. Like if you had an idea or a trademark or something that you have as an art, they know how to make it more tasteful to the ear and eyes of others. So those same people that's walking away, those gonna be the same people later that's gonna come back like, oh my God, how much is your art again? Now it went from 100 to 1,000. And they're like, oh, I should have got it when it was not that great. Like, no, you should have got it when it was at its original state. But now that this person, this artist is now known, now they have to price it up. So, remember that. Again, you teaming up with somebody, they very fired, or this is how people are recognizing you, I should say. From you trusting and having faith in your art, people are recognizing you as a 10 of fire. It's something about that 10. So, yesterday, you might have felt a need to move forward. And you've been moving forward ever since yesterday. Now that we're on the 11th, people are starting to see that you're about to take that leap of faith. You're about to take that leap of faith when it comes to your passion. And it's going to be a Taurus that's going to want to team up with you and moving forward. Or if this is you, Aquarius, you're taking on that Taurian role, that second house, and bringing out your passion and making it prosperous at the same time. So, as you're moving forward, like anything, look at contracts more carefully. Look at anything that requires you to write your name on a dotted line very carefully. And even if you don't feel the need to have a contract right away, stepping out to do it will show you what kind of contract. It's like you don't want to have a contract that binds you, right? That makes you feel like you have no choice but to do it this way. Do it your way, Aquarius. Be your own contractor. And if you must team up with somebody, they would have to see your value and your worth and come up with a contract that does please you to move. If not, don't sign nothing. Because once you sign, it's like you got to stick to whatever you signed and to the expiration date. And that's annoying. So definitely tread lightly. Tread on your own tempo. You have the strength. Look at that. You're in the 11th house. Aquarius, look. You have the strength of the Leo. You are the leader. Follow your hunches. Follow what you feel active in, what you feel alive in doing. No one else, not even me, can tell you how to do that. I'm only here to read the emotions and energy. And your energy is you have the strength to start or to do whatever you want to do, how you want to, when you want to. You have that armor. You have your angels around you. You have your source around you. That particular energy and entity that we call God, Goddess, Elohim, Yahweh, whatever you call your source, it's the same source that is within all of us. You have that as your protective shield. And you are the eye of the tiger. You taking charge. And you got the world right there. You have the doorway. How do you want to walk through it? By using your life experience. Again, look at that. Using your life experience. You're very intuitive. You are in tune with your creator. With the creator within you. You're the artist. So whatever your life experience has showed you, or that you had to be the lead role in, because this is your life. Now you're using that experience to go out, to write about, to help others with, or to simply show your relations to it. A significant life event, a powerful revelation that leads to change. Time to spread your wings. It's time. Why is it time? Look at that, because you have the Chariot. You have the Chariot. You have the light side. You have your best self and you have your not best self. You have the light within you and you have the shadow within you. That struggling, the struggles you went through, the success you came from, you are now merging them together to lead forward. How you're leading forward? As the Knight of Air. You're using your intelligence. You're using your decision making, your idealistic tactics to show your loyalty, to show your dedication. That yes, you are a boss. And no one had given this to you. You have gotten this for yourself. You became the boss from within on out. And you're going to get that abundance. You're going to get the finances that you're looking for from your art. So again, in your environment, you're going to be very successful. You're going to get that gift of money, time or effort, a new career opportunity. You are that career opportunity. You're receiving a loan or paying off debts. And how is this going to make you see your success? By recognizing, Aquarius, that you are the king of your environment. You are about to become an emperor. But recognize first that you are a king. Yes, you are generous. Yes, you're professional. You're responsible and practical. These are the makings of an emperor. This is a making of an empress. You're embodying that now and seeing that. So you have the Midas touch. You're going to be noticing you're coming into a successful time. You'll see this more near the end of May, definitely going into June. And from this moment on, for the next 10 months, you're going to start seeing your success grow and grow and grow. Why? Because people are seeing you come out of stressful situations. They seen you come out of sad times. They seen you come out of struggles. And from people in your atmosphere seeing you come out of struggles, they're recognizing that you're going to get that content, happy family life, that contentment of a career, that happiness of your health. Your wealth will be your worth. And your worth comes from how you have walked in the world. So, know that you are ready. You got this. If this reading resonates with you, press the like button, share, subscribe. I love you, Aquarius. I will see you on the other side.